Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome to the show where you're the star, Ham Radio Live. Thank you so much for coming. Today is September 1st, 2021, our second look at our Yaesu radio today. This will be about the Yaesu FT991 Alpha, a VHF, UHF, HF shack in the box that really does a lot of good stuff. Looking forward to this one. It's September 1st. We're glad to see you. Let's get the show on the road, and away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. A pleasure to see you again today. Thanks for coming. Took a little bit of time to reset everything here because I want to give you current forecast information and all the stuff for HF, but also get a good look at what you're going to be talking about or looking at today, which is the Yaesu FT991 Alpha, a shack in the box. It's one of a legendary list of radios that have come down the pike that have done everything, right? HF, VHF, UHF, all in one box. How does it work? We'll take a look and we'll give you a good idea. First of all, our passion here is to help you get into ham radio. That's it. Really, it's about helping people to understand the value of ham radio because it's fun. It's just a great hobby. You can get on the air and meet people from all over the world with an antenna that you helped build and select, with a radio that you wanted, feed line you set up. You created it, your own radio station, and you're talking to people not only across the street, really, you're talking to people around the world. Contact a radio club near you. They'll help you find a radio club that can help you that's nearby and help you get your license. One of the first ones would be the American Radio Relay League. Find them at www.arl.org. If you're in Great Britain, the Society of Great Britain, Radio Society of Great Britain is available at www.rsgb.org. In Canada, the Radio Amateurs of Canada, www.rac.ca. In Japan, the Japan Amateur Radio League at www.jarl.org. And in Australia, the Wireless Institute of Australia at www.wia.org. Want to email the show? Hit me up at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. If you'd like to help us with our mission to keep pushing ham radio, letting people know about it, helping reach people and teach people, not only about the test and passing exams, but also about different products, please do what you can. Hit us up on PayPal at proburbs356@me.com, or we also have a Patreon page. And thank you for all the people who've given there. I appreciate it. You know, I thought about today. I haven't had time really to say that, and it's made me feel bad. Thank you for what you're giving every month on Patreon at Ham Radio Live. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about a radio today. Been around for a while, two iterations. One of them was the 991, and then came along the 991A. The big difference between the two, the 991A has a little better and more reliable transmitter in it. There were some problems with the 991s, but not the later ones. Later ones are really good. The other part is a live waterfall screen. The 991A has one of those, where the 991 didn't. We're going to talk about this radio today. It's pretty small. It really is. Compared to the one we just did a review on, which was the Yaesu FTDX10, let me give you dimension difference, but to show you how close in size they are, okay? The FTDX10 is 10 1/2 inches by 10 3/4 inches, and it's 3 3/4 inches high. So think 10 1/2 wide, 10 3/4 deep, and 3 3/4 high. Okay, 5-inch screen that's on the Yaesu FTDX10. The 991 Alpha is 10 inches by 9 inches by 3 inches and has a 3 1/2 inch screen. See, they're both extremely close in size. Both are very, very similar. Now, the antenna we're using today, which we'll be using for the VHF and VHF, UHF portion of this, is the MFJ 1521. This is a really good base antenna. I found it to be phenomenal. It's worked me 50 miles easily. And, you know, for VHF, UHF, you're not using 100 watts. You're using less. What it does, 3 decibels of gain on 2 meters, 5.5 dB of gain on 440, and it's going to handle 150 watts. One section, it's just about 4.5 feet high. That's all it is. But that's the antenna we'll be using today to kind of go over this. All right. We're also going to be talking just a little bit about the forecast. Our forecast is powered by ICOM. ICOM, for the love of ham radio. Here's your A1A. Here's the solar flare condition. Not too bad. Solar flares over the last few days have been up and down, up and down. K-index not too bad. Our MUF was here at the first show. Notice Alaska and Boulder around 16 megs. Now take a look at them. Alaska's down now at 15.95, but Boulder is up to 16.85. Ascension Island, 9.45. Hermanus, South Africa, at 9.14. Athens, Greece, 10.88. Jeju Island is going to move up quickly, and so will Darwin. Darwin's at 10.36. Within a couple hours, it'll be over 20 megahertz. Current conditions, SFI 84, solar number 37. A number is down to 9, so an index of 9. Look at the K. It's dropped to 0, K0. So it's been up and down, but now it's better. Look at the HF conditions now compared to just 2 hours ago when we did the show on the FTDX10. Also notice there is a 65% chance for a solar flare. Let's take a look at the forecast, and I will make sure and say hello to all of you, okay? Our forecast today, powered by ICOM. ICOM, for the love of ham and shortwave radio. Daytime ham radio bands today will be voice 20 and 17 in the northern hemisphere. Equatorial latitudes and southern hemisphere today, you should get 20, 17, and 15. Data 30 through 10. Nighttime ham bands tonight, 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30 meters, and a 100% chance of 20 open until about an hour after sunset. Shortwave bands today, 31, 25, 22, and 19. And your shortwave nighttime tonight, 120, 90, 75, and 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and 100% chance of still catching 19 meters till about 60 minutes after sunset. Your best stuff to hear shortwave right now is on 19, 19, 49, 60, and if you can handle the noise, 75, that's where they are. So there's your forecast for today. Hello, Sir Rod Clare from Salem, Oregon, Kilo 7 Lima Alpha Papa. Rod, a very happy Wednesday to you, as well as Mike Maciel. Mike, this is an honor for me. I mean, this is, wow, holy cow. All the best from Azore Islands. Wow. Charlie Union 3, Hotel Yankee. Mike, wow, you have really made my day. It's my honor to meet you. Thank you for coming today. He said, tomorrow I hope to get my FTDX 101 MP. A great rig, great antenna. Also want to welcome my brother Bob, courtesy of WIFI. Bob is, he's working hard. Just had chemotherapy yesterday. We're just trying to keep him from not getting sick. So, Bob, thank you for being here. It's an honor. It really is. When I see it pop up, it's always an honor. We do have a trivia question today, even for this show. How about that? Second trivia question. In what year did the Federal Communications Commission authorize amateur radio spread spectrum communications? Wow, did you know that? They did actually authorize this. But what year was it? Was it 1985? That'd be A. B, 1988. C, 1990, D, 1992. Hit me up with A, B, C, or D, and we'll let you know which continent gets it. Now, we do continents and islands on the air. So if you're an island, then you're on islands on the air. Okay? If you're a continent, we get you down for that. Anyone outside of North America gets 1.5 points for getting the right answer, because most of these are U.S. questions. So, to give you an advantage, we'll give you 1.5 for every one that the U.S. or Canada, gets. Hang on a second. Excuse me. So hit me up with A, B, C, or D, and we will let you know. First up, in the trivia question, by the way, Andy Bronson, welcome back from the UK. Oh my, another show. Hi again, Larry. Hello to you, mates. Good to see Andy. Alex Alonso first did. He says, A, 1985. Alex, you're right. It is 1985. Holy cow. Yeah, that was the year that the FCC did authorize amateur radio to use spread spectrum communications. Congratulations. Wow. First guess. Right out of the box, Andy Alonso. Wow, Alex, I mean, congratulations again. It's good to see you again. And thank you, Mike. Really, what a pleasure. Here from the Azores. Wow, we got to make contact soon. I would love that. I would love that. All right. And by the way, before we get going, Mike's back from Jacksonville. Welcome back, Mike. Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-Ray Delta. Mike, thank you for coming back. And Alex, thank you. I appreciate that. Every one of these is tough because you're not going to cover everything everybody else does. You're going to do it your own way. And there's no wrong way to do a review on a radio. It's your experience with it. It's what you know. And I'm going to do the best I can to help you with what I know about this transceiver. The radio itself is a brilliant shack in the box. A little different than the 7100, okay? 7100 is a very small, panel with a full touchscreen, LCD, and it will work UHF, VHF, UHF, just like this, okay? The difference is this radio comes as one piece, right? So it's all one in a box. It all sits together, and then that's it. There's nothing else to worry about. You just control it like a regular radio. It's all in one. Now, the beautiful part of the FT991 is the color screen, all right? The color screen is very, very nice to have because it gives a little bit of class or clarity to the rig itself, all right? Now, looking at this, the only part that's a touchscreen here is right below this line. If you touch anywhere up here, nothing happens. Even on the frequency, nothing happens. Everything is all here. Everything's there. See, that's your touchscreen. And these are 4 different things that the radio will do, okay? And just so you understand, the logistics of this, because I don't want you guys to think that I'm not paying attention. Like when Mike says we can schedule something, no problem. I would love to make a QSO with you in the Azores. That would be amazing. I mean that. So you understand the logistics of doing the show. I'm here. The radio's, I'm touching it now. It's there. So I literally have to bring the microphone over here to show you everything. And if I miss some of your comments, it's not intentional, okay? Just want to make sure you know. Let's take a look at the rig. Okay, this will do full VHF, UHF, HF. We're going to start by first talking about different things that the radio will do and how you do it. It's a very menu-driven radio, and it has to be because, take a look, you have a total of 5 knobs, including the VFO. That's it, just 5 knobs, okay? There's no inner knobs even here. This inner knob here that's inside the VFO is to tighten the VFO. That's all that's there for, all right? To get into different things, you have to take a look at different parts of the radio. For example, the F button, there's your functions, okay? So the function button allows you to do a lot of different things, like your memory groups. You can press there and you can get right into your memory groups, okay? Your MCH, you go MCH mode, which is memory channel. Squelch, now you're adjusting your squelch. And you can put different things in the home section of this radio. For example, when we go all the way over to this screen here, if you take a look carefully, and I don't know if I can get you a better picture, and I'm trying to make it so it's easier to see for you guys. Let me try. Hang on. Whoops. That's certainly not going to give you a better, is it? Hang on. Let me try and move something. And maybe, just maybe, we can make this work. Because I'd like to get this nice for you guys. There we go. Okay. I hope that's better. Hang on. Let's see if I can get some glare off of it. Nope. It's just the window. Okay. Sorry. All right. So the radio itself is, like I said, 10 inches by 9 inches. It's not a huge transceiver. It's going to fit easily on a desk. It'll go easily with you on the road. Okay. It has 2 antenna ports in the back. And one of them is going to be for your VHF, UHF. The other one's going to be for HF. That's how the radio is set up. So when you take a look at the back of the of the FT991, what you're going to see is you're going to see an SO239 on the far right top and an SO239 on the far right left. Okay, so they're both separate, easy to split apart. Can't miss it. Here, in fact, let me see if I can get you a good view of it here because I think I have it. There it is. So your antenna jack for HF VHF is there on the, if you're looking at this, straight on top left. Okay, there's your VHF UHF. Your power's in the center. Your HF antenna input is on the top right. Okay, they've got an external GPS connection and a cat control right there. Okay, right next to it. It does have RTTY and packet data jacks. It's got a USB connector, so you can do digital modes. Also has external speaker jack. And by the way, it's hooked up now to our system, so we should hear it. See? We're right now on 2 meters, so we're hearing it live from the speaker jack into our YouTube stream. And then it has the FH2 control jack for it, and we've got that hooked up. So, this is basically exactly as we showed on the FTDX 5000 review. Sorry, I couldn't think for a moment. Basically, the FTX 5000 review, same thing. And it will do the same thing here, where it will help you to replay your CQ calls. It will help you to change frequencies. If you take a look, we'll move back over the rig and I'll show you, because it's got like an up, down button and left, right. We'll take a look at what that does so you can see exactly what it does to the rig, because this is a neat rig. It's fun to use. And honestly, of the 2 radios that I have to sell, I hate to sell this radio because I love this transceiver. Okay, you press the FH2, which is an optional thing. Watch the VFO. See? You're just going down 50 hertz every time. That's right, 50 kilohertz. Just keeps going down, okay? Same thing with you go up. It's an easy way to adjust it with the FH2. If you go to the right, watch what it does. See, now it's going up in hundreds. Makes it simple. Goes backwards, same thing. Okay. Now, if you hit memory, nothing happens because it has to be in the correct mode for that, okay? Same thing if you're hitting the DEC button. You're not going to get anything out of that. All right. So you can also turn off, or you can lock the FH2. So I'm now pressing the buttons of the FH2. Nothing's happening because on the top of the FH2, there's a little switch that says lock. Okay. It'll lock it out from being able to work. All right. The other thing that's important, I'm going to put you on me with new screen because it makes it easier to do this show. I literally put it together so fast that I wasn't able to get everything set up. So let me now move and zoom and get back on so I can do this much easier. There we go. Hi. All right. This radio comes with the Yaesu MH31 mic. Okay. On the top of it, it has up, down, and fast buttons for scanning. Okay, just like the 5000 and the FTDX10. On the back of it is a key element that I really want to explain is important for 991A owners or 991 owners. Okay. On the back, there is what's called it's kind of like an EQ, a mic EQ is really what it is, okay? If you switch it to 2, your transmit signal is going to have more depth to it. It's going to sound bassier, okay? On A, it's going to have more brightness to it, or some people would call it tinniness, all right? I like to keep mine on 2 because it tends to bring out more of a full voice. But it's totally up to you. It depends on your voice and how well it sounds. The radio does have a parametric equalizer in it for transmit as well as receive. It's really good. It has all the stuff that the FTX10 has on it, except it doesn't have the strong HF receiver. You need to understand, when they built this rig, they built it to try and do everything. And so to do everything, even though this is still a super heterodyne radio, in fact, it's one of the few super hets that Yaesu still make, that they had to sacrifice somewhere, didn't they? And that was on the HF side. So the HF side was supposed to be kind of marginal. I found it great. Okay. I was able to make 20 meter QSOs to Australia at 2 a.m. with it. And that's hard to do on a G5RV Junior at 20 feet high, but I did it on a 991 Alpha. The HF is pretty good on this rig. It's nothing to sneeze at. So when you use the microphone, for example, we're going to turn it up. And again, we're on 2 meters. Let's take a look, and in order to get to the waterfall, let me move you over here. In fact, I'm going to move the mouse. I'm sure make it easier rather than keep bending over there to try and find you guys. Okay, so to move over, what we're going to do is we'll take the radio and we're going to just get the waterfall on there. Whenever you want the waterfall on this rig, you press the F button. The F button will automatically put you back. So there's a waterfall, okay? And notice one thing about the waterfall. It's not streaming, is it? It's just kind of sitting there. There's not any movement. So you got to press sweep. All right. So once you sweep it, oops, hello, there it goes. All right. So once you sweep it and you hold it in, it now works. So now you've got a moving, working waterfall. This is one of the big differences in a 991A versus just the 991. And excuse me, I need to get a drink of water again. This is the second show in not too short of a time. So let's take a look and we'll find a signal. Again, this is using the MFJ. That's right, the MFJ 1521 antenna. And we're just here on 2 meters. And it sounds just beautiful.
Like I said, the V8 is supposed to. Yeah, it does all right. Yeah, it hit third gear about 5,500 RPM, which is all right. Kind of sets you back.
And we're going to bring some squelch up into it. So just give me a moment.
It's kind of good when
Go to the menu. Oops, sorry. Go to this list here, and we're going to just change it. Excuse me.
It's all good. That is 100% fact. I have to keep this thing running in the morning, and I just don't understand why. It's fuel injected, all that fancy computer-controlled nonsense. Just doesn't like to
Okay, so I'm going to swap out. Actually, I've got it in there already. That was pretty silly, wasn't it? Sorry, guys. Press squelch, and you just use the multi-knob. And that's going to adjust your squelch.
Look at your live data on your intake air temp.
See?
Oh, that's a possibility. I probably should hook up my scan tool there. In fact, I'm heading to Mom's right now, so...
See, there's not a bit of static. Just comes in beautiful, okay? And this is typical of, any 2 meter radio once you set it up. This isn't just specific to the 991, but it's just the way this one works. You can see the waterfalls live. You can find the signals. It's simple to use. Let's try and see if we can make a call to say hello real quick. Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'm not sure if we'll be able to, but we'll try. And that RF is just because...
Go ahead.
Thanks very much. We're doing a quick YouTube segment on the 991 Alpha. Just wanted to say hello and make sure the people knew it worked and that got a chance to say hi to y'all. My QTH, by the way, is Independence, Oregon. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, yeah, great. Sounds perfect. On my Yaesu on this side, you're coming through full quiet with zero noise on your signal. Sounding like you're sitting in the car with me here. So 73 see ya. Good luck on selling that, and anybody will be super happy with that for sure. K1VIN Mobile in Salem.
QSL, thanks a lot for your time. Kilo 7 Hotel November QRT. So there you go. There's 2 meters.
What's the first name? Kilo 7 Hotel November, WA7ABU.
That's W7ABU, and that was pretty cool. So there's 2 meters, and it gives you a good idea of just how well this works, okay? If you want to change bands with it, you simply change the band button, And unlike,
Boy, that was gone in a second.
hold on, maybe they're looking for me still.
Kilo Golf 7 Golf Delta Bravo. That was one of the best signals I've heard from Independence.
Well,
That's not an easy location.
well, that's pretty cool. All right. See, unlike the Yaesu FTDX 10, this stays up. You know, the menu to change frequencies stays up. So let's say we want to go to UHF. We're going to go to 440, okay? And we're going to be able to make the same adjustments. Now I'm going to bring down my squelch because I'm on UHF now. So we're just going to come down a little bit, and we'll just quickly take a quick band sweep. Now to do that, if we're going to band sweep on the rig, the simplest way to do so is with the microphone. You just simply hit up and the bands will switch. The radio will switch. So we'll do it. Hit up and there it goes. So now it's going to move up and it's going to take a look and try and find signals. You just hold it in and say it will continue to scan until you hit it again. So it's going to continue to go. There's the second one of it. You see? And that's how it works. If you hold in the button, the up, down button, whatever, it will continue to scan until it finds your frequency. Where would this be useful for? Well, if they say, for example, you really like to listen to airband, right? You've got 2 meters on this. You can pick up airband with this. You can scan, VHF, UHF. You can scan whatever you want to with it, even the HF bands. It's a very useful feature on this radio that allows you to be able to find signals when you have a chance to. To stop it, you just hit the button. Okay, now we passed it. So we're going to go back.